king of the Wild Hunt lay defeated. As to Ciri, with her exceptional gift, her story was hardly done. The sorceresses helped the Witcher determine that Ciri and Avallac'h were somewhere on Unvik. Geralt and Yennefer set out to find them. Eredin's last words proved a lie. Avallac'h and Ciri had gone together, he as her mentor, to a portal that had opened within Tor Gavalka, Falka's tower. Ciri entered the tower, prepared to use her powers to end a danger once and for all, to save all worlds from eradication in the grip of the White Frost.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Witcher 3. This is probably going to be the last one for our main story. Let's enjoy it. By the way, that little summary at the very beginning there, it said that Tor Gavalka means Falka's tower, and I guess that is a pretty accurate translation. I looked it up, and Gavalka actually means female falcon, I think, in whatever language, like the ancient Elven, the Elder speech. I don't know really what language it is. It could be Polish. It could be based on that. It could be based on another language. But anyway, yeah, so it'd be like falcon, Falka, kind of the same word. Yeah, so it's completely separate from the Tower of the Swallows and Tower of the Gulls. Yeah, so it's something that just leads somewhere, I guess. It's like a snowy place. I don't know. Anyway, so we left off here last time in Vizima. We're following our favorite Chamberlain, Meririd. Gonna go see Emhyr, see if he's going to give us the rest of our reward money for finding Ciri. Now, admittedly, we never brought her back to him. But then again, she probably doesn't deserve a fate as ruler of Nilfgaard anyway. And based on what Emhyr wanted to do with Ciri at the end of the book series, it's probably best that we don't bring her back to him. Now, he's probably changed since then, I want to guess. But if not, then I would not want him to do the things to her that he wanted to do, because that's not right. So, let's just follow this guy here. And we'll go see our favorite Nilfgaardian emperor. Nice. Talking about the white flame. I so wish I could just grab one of these suits of armor and start wearing it. It's so cool. I know I've said this so many times throughout this playthrough, but the Nilfgaardian armor set is probably the most aesthetically pleasing set of armor in this entire game. Now, I mean, like, the thing we're wearing right now, the master crafted woven set, it's not bad, but look at this Nilfgaardian armor. It's crazy. Especially the helmet. I like the wings on the helmet, even though it gives Ciri nightmares. Quite literally.
Enough. Speak.
Ciri is dead.
How did it happen?
The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price.
Where is the body?
I doubt it'll ever be found.
In another dimension.
Who else knows?
Avallac'h, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either.
And Yennefer?
She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object.
I don't. And you?
Back to the path, maybe? I know none of your business is probably the correct option here, because Geralt and Emhyr don't really agree on many things. In fact, I don't think they agree on anything, really. Except, very, very long time ago, maybe, I think, 40 years ago? I want to say maybe 20 years ago. What's 20 years between friends, right? Geralt saved Emhyr's life, and that's how he came to kind of become Ciri's godfather, but that's basically the only thing Geralt has ever done for Emhyr that Emhyr really appreciated. And back then, he wasn't even the emperor. He was trying to be, but he wasn't. So we're gonna do some post-war work.
Plenty of work for witchers after a war. I'll travel east, maybe north.
Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
She didn't even mention you by name or by anything. She does not care about you at all. Sorry. That's just the truth of things. I don't really want to lie to him, so... He didn't talk about you.
We didn't talk about you.
She didn't talk about you, yeah.
I see.
If there's nothing else...
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
Hey, I'm pretty sure the feeling's quite mutual. In fact, I didn't want to see this guy to begin with. Kinda just forced us to enter his court. Using Yennefer as bait. But hey, I really like Amir as a character. Especially his voice actor. Charles Dance, if you guys didn't know. Crazy good. In fact, I think CD Projekt Red did an interview with him regarding his role as Amir's voice actor. And that was quite interesting.
Need help with your wagon?
Think we'll be alright.
Aye, you betcha. We'll manage.
True, the barrels are ample, but we shall pour some off of each soon.
Change is coming.
True, no denying it. Nilfgaard flees, yet here it seemed nothing could move them.
Left their wine behind too. That's generous.
Oh, okay. Want some help? I could use some money.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where you headed? Nearest inn by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
Alright, very nice. This guy is wearing a flower pot on his head, but I don't judge. Let's go then. We're meeting someone at the Nilfgaardian camp. This was the camp that Captain Peter Sargwinleve was at when he offered us the Griffin contract back in White Orchard. That all feels like such a long time ago. And quite honestly, it has been a very long time. If you've been following this series, we've been going on for about 6-7 months now. Oh, one thing I should bring up. Actually, I'll bring it up later at the end of the episode. For now, let's ride through the Nilfgaardian camp. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at all this.
Let's go.
The Nilfgaardians have truly conquered White Orchard at this point. I mean, at the beginning of the game, it was more like they've just settled in, and you still see some Temerian resistance here and there, especially with that one guy that we found that little box for. We did find out that he was like a Temerian guerrilla trying to liberate the north, White Orchard being part of Temeria. And I don't remember what we did with him. Did we just let him go, or did we give him to the Nilfgaardians? But either way, there was a little bit of Temerian resistance back then, but now, yeah, this place is just as good as Nilfgaard's. I mean, Temeria was never really a prosperous place since the beginning of this game. Since basically the assassination of King Photis in The Witcher 2, Temeria has been kind of in shambles. John Atalis is like this one person who still had... I think he's the Temerian constable, and he had like... the country has some hope with him around. But then, since The Witcher 3, we've read books about like how John Atalis just cannot be found anywhere anymore. Probably captured or killed by the enemy, we don't know. But with him gone, or apparently gone, Vernon Roach is like the only person left who can do anything about this country. And admittedly, we did help him bring down Radovid, which is a big step into the future. About the future of Temeria, that is. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We also killed Dijkstra because we wanted Roach and Vess and Taller to build like a kind of semi-free Temeria. They'll have autonomy. I think they made a deal with Amir. They'll have autonomy, but they will still be kind of part of the Nilfgaardian Empire, kind of like how it works in Tucson and Doblathana. They'll have their own leader, they'll have their own government and everything, but behind the scenes behind the scenes, they will be ruled by Nilfgaard, which Roach was okay with, but Dijkstra was not, and that's why we had to kill him. Kill Dijkstra, that is. But hey, let's finally meet up with the person that we're supposed to. Master Ort.
Probably got held back. You're late.
Soldiers.
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
As agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Oh my god. Zireael or the flash that cuts. Zireael is just so lore friendly, I gotta go with it.
Zireael. Swallow.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, have my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
Not sure about Striggers. I'll fight anything else though. Last time Geralt fought a Strigger, he had to recover in the Temple of Melitele for a while, because I think the Strigger bit into his neck. And there it is, Silver Sword Zireael, 50 ethereal. I can't believe it actually has stats, because this is clearly not a weapon meant for Geralt. It seems like it that way, but it's not. 10% sign intensity, 10 vigor regen. It's actually a pretty decent weapon. If it weren't for the fact that it had such weak base strength. I mean, our Wolf School Silver Sword, like not even enhanced or master crafted, has way more attack power and more like, I wouldn't say more bonus stats, but just more attack power, and it's not even upgraded. Okay, so we're going to the inn. This quest, by the way, is called Something Ends, Something Begins. Very appropriate name for this quest. Okay, let's go. And the name of this quest, by the way, is also kind of a throwback to the last portion of the Witcher book saga, because basically during the last chapter of the books, so this being Lady of the Lake, I don't count Season of Storms, it's not really part of the Witcher saga. Geralt says something about something is ending, but something else is beginning. Very appropriate. Oh!
Slower.
Hey. Can I loot some of these? Look at that. Fabric, I'll take that. I believe this was the cart that... was it? Probably not. I was gonna say that one Nilfgaardian transport that the Temerian gorilla took down with his bow, but it's probably not the same one.
Come on now.
Okay, what do we have here?
Shade! The Witcher!
Oh, it's the 7 dwarves who abandoned us when we were on the Isle of Mists. I got a word to say with you. I guess it's not 7 anymore. It's probably like 5 or 4. Alright, let's follow these tracks. I'll teach you for stealing my boat.
Right. Out.
How was your trip? Smooth sailing?
You still on about that leaky tub from the Isle of Mist? You're lucky you and that lass weren't in it with us.
You'd not have fit anyhow. It was so laden that boat, we barely made land.
And it reeked of fish manure.
What the heck is fish manure? You stole my boat. I can't forgive you for that.
You stole my boat.
Borrowed. We knew it was yours, still is. You don't think we'd do that to a mate like you? Plough you soapless while you slept off a bender?
Oh, that's good.
So, gonna give me my boat back?
Why in the gods' names would you need a boat in this brush?
Fair enough. Forget I said anything.
Alright. Fine. You're forgiven. I don't need the boat anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Yeah. 2 of them died on the island. So what are you guys doing here?
How'd you wind up here?
Our affairs brought us here. Hard times, you know. Got to earn a coin where you can.
Folk around here need surveyors?
We've shifted our efforts. Investors now.
Investors.
They've come for us. Hide!
What's going on?
You've not seen us?
Sounds a bit more like a scam than
Where
investing.
are the dwarves?
Dwarves?
Do not play games with me, Witcher. They are thieves. They stole Lord Dagbor's golden chalice.
Dagborg? Who's that?
The new governor of these lands. The chalice must be found. Tell us what you know, or you will force us to extract it.
Oh my. Okay. Do I protect the dwarves, or do I give them up? Or do I just kill these guys? Or, I mean, threaten to kill them? That is an interesting decision here. I don't take orders from anyone.
That a threat?
The Witcher will not cooperate. Take him.
Yep, we're gonna need to kill him. That's fine. I have no qualms about killing a couple of Nilfgaardians. Nilfgaardian soldier, yeah. Okay, well, look at that. Almost had me there. Let's give him an Axie here. Axie makes human opponents just so much easier. They just don't fight back. I mean, once in a while they'll counterattack me, but for the most part, like for around 30 seconds, they just do nothing. Yeah, there you go. And as for this last guy, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. We'll give him a nice fire stream. Burn! And then an Igni. Okay. And that's that. I am definitely not partial to these guys.
Thank you for that, Witcher. Told the lads back then you're a good fella, and we shouldn't have took your boat.
Heard you've gone into investments. Asset management.
Aye. Investments in movable assets. Well, these days you just never know when...
That extra gold chalice could come in handy. I get it. What did you do with it?
We don't have it. Found a buyer. Mr. Mirror... was it? Funny name. Paid good coin, though.
We'd share it with you. We would, but you look like one who'd just frown on any proceeds from theft.
Aye, you got that righteous frown on you, definitely.
Okay, you know what? I want that coin. I will never say no to money, even if it was made kind of illegitimately. In fact, a lot of the money we have is probably made illegitimately, so hey, gimme.
Won't say no to friends. Actually, I'll gladly take some of that coin.
Witcher's ethics. Tuh. World's going to shite.
At least we nicked his dinghy.
Yeah, at least he got my boat. And look at that, 250 crowns. That's pretty great. Pretty great. Very good reward for the end of the game. And you know what? You were nice. I'm gonna save you from this wolf, even though it looks like it's not bothering you in the least. I mean, look at that. They just. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Is this guy T-posing? And why is this wolf just circling him? He already killed 2 of them. Just killed... Wow. That is definitely a little glitchy. Oh. Okay. I mean, sure. The wolves killed 3 of them. It doesn't matter. We're never gonna see them again. Sorry, dwarves. I just wanted your money. I didn't want your lives. But if it has to come to that, I don't care. Still like to collect these honeycombs though, even though we haven't really done that in a very long time. But hey, we're in White Orchard. Can probably just pay a visit to Tamir. Nah, we'll do it later. Right now, money is not a huge problem, but starting from the following episodes, when we're doing the Blood and Wine expansion, we're definitely going to need a huge ton of money, like an unreasonable amount. I wonder if we can even craft more than one set of them, the Grandmaster set. So around back in episode 70 or 80, something like that, we paid a visit to Tucson and we got the advanced mutations, or just the mutation system. And back then, I did make a note that there were Grandmaster gear for all of our Witcher sets. And in Vanilla Witcher 3, those Grandmaster sets were damn expensive. I'm pretty sure in one playthrough of that DLC, you can probably make enough money to craft 1 set. Maybe 2 sets if you were really meticulous about collecting money. But for the average player, probably just 1 set. If it was that hard to get in Vanilla, then it's probably going to be a whole lot harder here in Enhanced Edition. I have no idea what they're going to cost. We're going to have to do some quests to even unlock them. But as far as what they're going to cost and the amount of materials we'll need to either find or purchase, most likely, well, maybe a combination of both. We'll see. Seeing that I don't really have a lot of materials on me, I'm going to have to really be selective about what I loot and how I'm going to come across the materials needed to craft a Grandmaster set. And for the time being, I don't even really know which Grandmaster set I'm going to be going for. There could be several good ones. Like, I really like the Earth Sign set bonus. And did I just take 2 hits from these wolves? Seriously?
Time to end this.
Just die. So, who knows? It could be the Earth Sign one. It could be the Griffin. You know, Yrden is a pretty good sign. Hell, I could go with the new set altogether, the Manticore set. That could be interesting too.
Greetings.
Okay, let's see if this guy is selling anything interesting. Oh my god. Jugs, hides, jars. No, he's not selling anything interesting.
Farewell.
Okay. Talk to you later. But in any case, we'll worry about that once we actually begin that chapter of this game. Right now, I can't believe the dwarves gave me 250 crowns. Like, that is so much more than we have ever gotten from any other main quest or side quest. Not Witcher contracts. I mean, obviously Witcher contracts give a whole lot more money, but usually...
In 2 hours, any man not standing ready in full outfit will be considered a deserter. You have grown lazy, shitheels, drinking your Temerian wheat beer. I shall remind you what it means. The Imperial Army marching.
Okay. Marching where? You're gonna take your fight to Redania next? And the King of Redania is already dead. You can probably just dominate them.
Be sure to take all your rubbish with you. Leave nothing behind, not one lice-ridden rag, hear me?
We'll need to lime wash the walls anyway.
Nilfgaardian mutts.
This is Temeria, understand?
We shall see for how long.
I don't think she should be saying that in public. That can literally get you killed. Well then, let's see if Master Willis is still around. Oh no! Is Willis gone? That sucks. Dwarven Blacksmith, or maybe he's in here? Nope. Okay, that's unfortunate. In that case, off to the inn we go. Whoops, this way. I wonder if this is still the notice about the honeycombs. Yeah, Tamira is still buying those honeycombs.
You will talk.
I will come back for you, I promise.
Yes, if only you'd done half what you promised.
I'll come back and take you to Nilfgaard.
You were to stay here.
He can't stay here, ma'am. He will be considered a deserter.
Bow before your new lord.
And protector.
The noble Lord Dagborg assumes these lands to rule with grace and justice. Debts, burdens, and encumbrances owed to any other are hereby
thought they'd
waived.
stay here forever.
It means you must pay taxes to the noble Lord Dagborg now.
This Lord Dagborg, who is he? Some relation to the noble we had before.
How am I to know?
Lord Dagbog. Okay. Dagborg. Dagbog is a runestone. Let's see what these guys are saying. Hello? Hoping for some drill sergeant speech. Okay. Into the inn then. Oh, what the heck? Temerian soldiers. We think they're all dead by now.
Is it done?
Yes.
Did he believe you?
I have no idea.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy. It's yours.
A witch's sword. Swallow. Ooh, beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
Let's try it out then.
I mean, how is that for an ending? That is just spectacular.
The Third Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the northern realms could not withstand Ymir's countless legions. Black banners appeared over Novigrad and all the Danes. Weary of rebel raids, Emir Varemres conceded, restoring Temeria as a realm in liege to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid down their arms, the Emperor shifted his forces to other fronts. Through Nilfgaard's victory, the Temerians got their country back, and history, once again, proved a consummate trickster. Having dealt with Radovid, Emir of Varemres did the same with enemies domestic. The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and aristocrats alike. Though their mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. Though the war on the continent had ended, Hjalmar refused to lay down his arms. The young king pledged to raid and burn the shores of the Empire of Nilfgaard each spring. He meant to keep his word, even at the cost of drowning his people in their own blood. Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon, heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed, then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir. While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations. Boring, you say? Perhaps. But both had sought this more than anything else.
Okay, guys, and that's it. That is the end for the main story of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Let's just take a minute to appreciate just how amazing that story is and how diverse the endings of this game actually are. I mean, there are so many different endings in this game, and admittedly, like, a lot of the endings are just, little narrations by Dandelion with some pictures, but it really does paint a good picture about how the story of The Witcher may continue. And I'm pretty sure when CD Projekt Red made this game, they decided that this was going to be the final game of the Witcher trilogy, and they weren't going to make any more. But if you've been following the news recently, they actually settled some kind of dispute with the author of the Witcher books, and it seems like that new Witcher games are a possibility in the future. So let's just keep our fingers crossed, and we would really love to see a new Witcher game in the future. I don't know if it will be called Witcher 4, but whatever it is, I'm going to play it, and it's going to be amazing, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, let's talk about the endings a little bit here. I mean, we're not done with this playthrough by any means, but hey, it's good to talk about a little bit what happened and the endings we achieved. First of all, Ciri's ending. Ciri is going to be walking the path of a Witcher from now on, and that's quite amazing. We can say that this is the best possible ending we could have achieved for Ciri. Now, before we went on to Bold Mountain to fight Imlerith, there was an option for Geralt to actually say to Ciri that we need to go visit Amir, her father. Now, at that point, because that kind of choice was very, very strictly timed, I think the game gave us 6 or 7 seconds to decide, which is very odd. Had we gone to Amir with her, then we would have achieved an entirely different ending for Ciri. Instead of walking the path of a Witcher, Amir would have convinced her to actually stay in Nilfgaard and become the next Empress to succeed him, which is really what Amir wanted all along. That one, you can say that's a interesting, good ending as well. It's just that Ciri just seems kind of let down by the fact that Geralt even mentioned Amir to her, because she does not like him. Yeah, I don't know if it's been clear in this game, but Ciri is not a fan of Amir, and that's why she never ever talks about him. Even at the very end, when Amir asked us if Ciri mentioned him, nope, she never did. We could have lied to him and said that, she regretted not saying goodbye, but, I'm pretty sure Geralt is not a big fan of Amir either, and I am. I like the character. He makes it for a good Emperor of Nilfgaard, but that's just that. He's just going to live on knowing that his daughter doesn't care about him and doesn't care about his politics, which is fine. That isn't to say, though, in the future he might, not bring an entire army to try to look for her again, but we're pretty sure that he won't get Geralt's help again. Yeah, especially with the Wild Hunt gone. Anyway, so Ciri's the Witcher. She got her sword, Zireael. It means swallow, and this is very appropriate because when I was saying earlier this is extremely lore friendly, it's because one of Ciri's first weapons that she used for a very, very long time is also called Swallow, and I don't remember if it was her who named it or someone else. But in any case, that weapon was bought by, believe it or not, if you haven't read the books, it was bought by Ciri's slave master. Her, this one guy called Leo Bondhard, he's been hunting her, and when he finally caught her, he would keep her in these chains and shackles all the time. But he was interested in her fighting ability, so he bought her this extremely, extremely expensive weapon. Now, he didn't pay any money for it because the smith was he was really kind about it, and he was if you get this sword for her, then I won't charge you any money. But it was a very, very expensive weapon, and either him or Ciri named that weapon Swallow or Zireael. And she used it for a very long time. Apparently, it fit her grip perfectly. And now that she has a new one, I'm not really sure what happened to that old weapon, but she has a new one now called Zireael, and she's going to enjoy using it. It's a silver weapon, so Not very great for cutting down humans, but pretty good for hunting down monsters. So that's that ending. Amir's ending, Nilfgaard takes over the north. That's nothing new. He completely dominates Redania and Temeria. We don't know about like the other northern kingdoms, but it's probably safe to say that he will eventually take over the entire continent with this ending that we've achieved. He'll make his way probably to Kedwin next, and then Edirn, or Edirn first because it's closer. And then all the way up to Kovir and Povis, and eventually just like the entire continent. Kovir is a neutral nation, so I don't know if Amir is interested in moving his army up there, but who knows. Novigrad is also a free city, like a neutral city, but I'm pretty sure eventually Nilfgaard will take control of that place as well. Radovid is dead. One of the endings said that Amir is the one who dealt with Radovid, which is not true. It is in fact the Witcher Geralt and Dijkstra and Vernon Roach, although in the end it was Philippa who killed Radovid. That's kind of poetic justice, but Philippa blinding Radovid more so than anything else was poetic justice. But in the end, she killed him. He's gone. But the interesting thing is, had we not killed Radovid, like as in, that was a side quest, so if we decided not to do that side quest, Radovid would have outsmarted Amir, and even though his army is much, much weaker, he would have used his quote-unquote tactical genius to defeat the entire Nilfgaard, and Amir would have, through the pressure of his homeland, basically just been assassinated by spies and stuff. And with the Emperor of Nilfgaard gone, eventually the Northern Realms will claim back its own land, and that could have been an ending all on its own, so. But that's not the path we decided to take, because I think killing Radovid is just the right thing to do. Yeah, I don't know what that says about me, but hey. Next up is Geralt's ending. He decided to stay in Kovir with Yennefer, just living out the rest of his life, which is really romantic. Even without the wish of the Jinn binding them, they still love each other, and they just wanted to live a calm life for who knows how long. I mean, Yennefer is, how old is she in this game? 99, I think? 98, maybe? And Geralt is probably also close to that age. But we don't know how long sorceresses or witchers live. I mean, Vesemir was probably in his 200s. And even then, he didn't die of old age. He was still, like, really sprightly and capable of fighting. In the end, he died to Imlerith. So, it's hard to say. With sorceresses, it's even harder to say because they can just use magic to reverse the aging process. They won't be able to have kids, but they can live forever. I think that's a fair trade-off. Even though Yennefer is trying her hardest to find a cure to not be able to have kids. Who knows if she will succeed or not. But anyway, they'll be living together for a very long time. What other thing? Oh yes, the Skellige ending. Hjalmar, yes. Now obviously we decided to crown Hjalmar as king and not Cerys as queen. And because of that, Hjalmar is much more traditional. He does not care much about politics or diplomacy. He, like we saw in the ending there, all he cares about is raiding the Nilfgaardian supplies and whatnot. And even if it's at the price of losing his own people, he will bring the fight to Nilfgaard. He won't rest until all of his enemies are defeated, which is kind of very traditional Skellige. Had we chosen Cerys to become the next ruler, she would have been much more diplomatic. You know, make deals with Nilfgaard, trade with your enemies. Now, even though it's difficult to determine if Nilfgaard will actually cooperate with Skellige, or they will just, like, you know, try to take them over just like all the other northern realms. It would have still been the option that caused less people to die. You know, like with Hjalmar, it's more like we sacrifice our own to try to defeat the enemy out, no matter the cost. But hey, Skellige tradition and all that, I'm not gonna really judge him for that. So that's just the way it is, and Cerys has to kind of just play the person standing in the back, maybe being a regent or something, advising, but pretty sure given Hjalmar's personality, he won't listen to much of what she says. And with their father gone, Krakonkrait actually was killed by Eredin, if you remember. That was actually really sad. Krakonkrait is a pretty amazing character. He does things a lot of the time based on duty, but also because he is friends with us. Yeah. So that's that. What else do we have? There was no mention of what happened to Triss. No real mention of what happened to Vernon Roach and Taller. Like, we did see that Emhyr was very worried about like an insurgency in Temeria, so he decided to give them freedom, but they will still be ruled by Nilfgaard, just they won't be bothered by them. They won't be governed by Nilfgaard, which is a fair deal, I believe. Roach will probably become like their next king or something. Who knows? I don't know if King Foltest left any descendants. Excuse me. As far as I know, Foltest only had one daughter, and it was a daughter born out of incest at that. And not only that, she's cursed. It's a whole story about Princess Ada and the curse of the Striga, which you should know from the short stories or one of the missions in The Witcher 1. Or if you have watched the new Witcher Netflix series, well, relatively new at this point, if you're watching this towards the end of 2019, then yeah, you know that Princess Ada didn't really... I mean, she was cured of the curse, but in The Witcher 3, we discover that she wasn't really cured 100%. She would still exhibit certain cravings for meat. I think she loved to eat Catoblepa's meat. Yeah, I don't know, just random trivia, right? But she is definitely not fit to be the next ruler of Temeria. I mean... well, that's that. I think that's really everything. Excuse me one second. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, so there's the credits. I mean, amazing game. We're gonna pick this up next time as well. Probably going to just knock out the rest of the places of interest in Skellige first. Probably, yeah, we're looking at maybe one more session of that. Maybe two, but I really doubt it. If I can't get it done in one session, I'll just extend that session so that we can get them all done. It's a good chunk of money that we can sell off. Yeah, in preparation for our adventures in Tucson, which we will undertake in the following days to come. And there's one thing I was going to mention earlier, but I said I would do it at the end of the episode. And that is, guys, it's the holiday season of 2019. Some of you have wished me happy holidays, and thank you so much for that. I'm just, playing this game right now just as a thing to kind of kickstart my channel again. I mean, I did make the channel a while ago, and I wanted to make something happen with it. I mean, I think in the new year in 2020, I'm going to be focusing a bit more on making kind of guide type videos on some of the new games that are coming out. If you are here because you watched my Final Fantasy X-2 playthrough, which I think most of my views come from that series. Like, I was kind of really amateurish back then. I'm pretty amateurish right now, but I did create like a full playthrough of that game, and that's probably where I got most of my views on this channel. But with the new year 2020 coming, I'm looking forward to really kind of do that stuff again with certain other games, and just to give you guys more guides and gameplay, and just obviously random commentary that you guys love so much, right? Anyways, so that's the end of this episode. We're gonna start up again in the next one, but yeah, it feels like we really closed off a chapter with finishing the main story of The Witcher 3, and it feels really, really good. We have here that the story of Geralt of Rivia has come to a close, and we can now explore the rest of the world. I believe we are dropped off here in Kaer Morhen, and it's going to be kind of, the point of the story is right before we take the fight to the Wild Hunt. So this is not like after after we have banished and defeated the hunt. It's before that, and we can just like explore the world as we want to, even though we won't be able to undertake that main quest again. Or maybe it's afterwards, who knows. If it is, it's kind of strange because Geralt is still roaming the lands. He's supposed to be in Kavir enjoying his life with Yennefer, and we're supposed to be like controlling Ciri at this point, being a witcher, right? But no. So this is most likely before the final mission of the game. Final mission against the Wild Hunt, that is. Anyways, yeah, Cam on. We can do New Game Plus. We're not going to do that, obviously. We're going to continue with this playthrough. So, I'm going to end things off. Not quite as long as my other episodes, but I did like talk quite a lot about certain events in the game. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching in this one. I'll see you in the next one.